back to Little Miss Drop Stitch. Today I've got a brewing review for us of this absolute doorstop of a book. It's Norway's Knitted Heritage by Annemor Sundbø. And she's actually been in, I think, Erning Carlos's videos before, so she's quite popular, particularly on the kind of Norwegian knitting scene of people to learn about as well. So how Annemor came about, she inherited, it does talk about it in the book, not a wool factory, it's kind of a wool recycling factory, and because there's just absolutely loads of beautiful handmade garments in Norway, the factory then takes those, whether they're complete or, you know, partial bits or whatever, of these woolen garments, and they kind of shred them and recycle the wool and things like that. So from that, she was finding all these different jumpers and garments or whatever in what she calls the rag pile, and then noticed actually that there might be some meaning behind this, and she's kind of fully documented all the styles, you know, and historically when different bits came in, what all the motifs mean. She's really unpicked everything. So I'll give you my little review on it, and then we'll have a flick through of a couple of chapters just to kind of give you a flavour. It is, well, it's 4 degrees here today in the UK, but it says feels like -4, and let me tell you, even inside. So I hope I can turn the pages. Please do give us that like, thumbs up and subscribe, all that good stuff, so we can continue to make more videos. Alright, things I really loved about this book: it has got the dust jacket, and actually if you take it off, it's the same. This might not bother you, but it bothers me because some books you take it off and then it's just like a blank kind of card or cloth, and it's like, well, no one knows what I'm reading. I just like it to be the same, and just in case it ever gets incredibly tatty, hopefully we'll keep this book for a very long time and pass it down generations, so if that gets tatty and destroyed, well, we still know what book we're reading. As you can tell, it is very comprehensive and absolutely full of you know, really high quality images, both historical ones, you know, old advertisements, photographs, and also of the garments as well. There is also, which I'll show you, all the motifs in the back. I'll show you that in a moment. There's actually the charts, lots of different charts and examples, so you could go and then design your own knitwear as well. And in the back, actually, it's more of a diagram instructions rather than instructions for a certain number of stitches of how to then, you know, design the size and shape, and quite a few different interesting netlines as well. So it would be possible to create your own Norwegian knitted jumper from this book. Just bear in mind, it's not the step-by-step written instructions, it's just kind of a diagram with a grid and a jumper on it, and then it tells you how to do it for your size. But yeah, you've got all the motifs as well in there. As you'll see in a moment, all the images in this book are in beautiful full colour and on really nice glossy pages. Just thought I'd mention that, because sometimes you'll get a book and actually then inside they're in black and white, or only some of them in colour, which is difficult, particularly when, you know, we're doing things like colour contrast and motifs and things like that. The price of the book, it's actually on the back here, it says £54.99. I think that works out at about $60 when I've had a look online. I was very fortunate, so I used book token vouchers, and I did purchase it from Waterstones actually. It was cheaper on Amazon, but I wanted all my Waterstones points on my Waterstones cards, that's why I got it from there, and it was free to me anyway with these vouchers. I thought I'd mention the price because it is a lot of money. I think you know, it's absolutely justified, the price they're charging, because it is, you know, it could be a PhD for the author. Like, it is huge, very comprehensive, and on a niche topic as well, so it's giving people the opportunity to learn about it that otherwise wouldn't, and you know, everything's in one place. I'm just saying the price because it's a lot of money, which may be a barrier to some people purchasing it. You should be aware it is a history book, I'd say. And it did get a bit dry, probably the last third, it got very dry. Maybe you absolutely love history, and I do, but yeah, I struggle sometimes with history books for my attention to stay the whole way through. So yeah, I did find it getting a bit dry, and maybe that's because I found it going a bit off topic. It got very religious at the end, which is fine because we're talking about knitwear, but I still think at times it deviated more from the point of knitting than it needed to. and we started talking about Egyptians and all sorts. But yeah, I found it did get a bit dry towards the end, and it's not a boring subject either, so I don't know, yeah, it's hard to say, is that me just finding history books a little heavy going, or is it the content? But for the price, I was reading it all. That's the point actually I've just reflected on. So yeah, it's not just Norwegian knitting if we start talking about Egyptians and all sorts. So yeah, perhaps it does go off topic a little and could be condensed. Perfect, let's show you a couple of chapters. I'm doing this just so you can have a flavour of what it's like and then make an informed decision if you'd like to purchase it, because it is expensive. Thank you ever so much for joining me for today's brewing and review. If you like this video, please do consider giving us that like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, so we can continue to review more expensive knitting books. Thank you and take care.